do have a very distinguished gentleman here tonight by the name of Gene Valentino, and I requested that he come simply because, in my view, you have this presence. And I noticed that at the swearing in, when they said Gene Valentino, it was like, he's in our presence. It was like the presence of God, you see. And, okay, tell your wife that, right? But it was remarkable. I said, this guy has presence. And that's the kind of person that I like to meet because, when I met Hassan, I said, that guy has presence. When you're around him, he makes you feel good. Have you ever met people like that? And that's who Gene Valentino is, that is in my mind's eye right now. Now, I may have different ideas after a while, but not really. But I want him to come up and actually say something that's so remarkable that it will ignite, that is our community, and get it together. I mean, how many of you guys would like to see a functional community? I would. How many of you guys would like to see all commissioners on the dais being functional and kind and all of that, right? Would that not be wonderful? Gene can make it happen. Come on up here and speak for a moment. Come on. Let's give him a big hand also for his tennis shoes. My God, those are nice. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Oh, golly. Now, this is a surprise. Thank you very much. And it does bring back some heartfelt memories. 8 years ago, when I was wrapping up my 8-year term as your county commissioner, I moved in a direction away from government and politics. I reassessed my life, my family, my everything. And it was funny, during the period of time when I was commissioner, I'll tell you the shortcoming, the thing I didn't do well. And the pastor brings it up when you just mentioned being grateful. The things that we often come home from during our day, we harbor maybe the bad thing that happened today. The 3% of our lives, the 3% of our people around us that somehow take up 90% of the space in our head and torment the hell out of us. And what we're doing is denying those great people, the other 95+% of those folks, from just getting the gratitude they deserve from us. So much of our time is spent harboring the things that chew at us, but seldom do we make the effort, as you just mentioned, of getting out there and being grateful. And I must say, when I left the job, the biggest mistake I made is I didn't get a chance to say thanks and tell you how much I appreciated working for you. I do it often, every chance I can now, but I'm not moving about in District 2 or the county as much as I would like. But I had a great thing happen. I met a neighbor, and that neighbor was Steve Stroberger. Steve Stroberger. And he introduced me to this guy named Mike Kohler. And I said, now there's a guy worth seeing, taking the baton and running with and moving on to do some great things. There's so many great people in this community. There's so many wonderful, heartfelt patriots in this community. I think about the founders of this nation. the signatures on the Declaration of Independence. Did you know that the British government at the time, terrors that we were running from, rebelling from, to form our own society here in this nation, issued an edict that said anyone signing that Declaration of Independence is to be hung and strung high from the tallest tree in the front yard, in front of neighbors, family, and friends. How dare you decide to go forward? I threaten you, go ahead and do it, because we're going to hang you from the tree in your front yard. Those people who you and I never met, who preceded us, had a vision about an idea, about a way of life. It's called the United States of America today, but it was evolving at the time, and they were making as many or more mistakes as we've made today in politics, trying to figure it out. But they put their own lives at risk and the lives of their family at risk for you and me. And how dare we turn our back and forget about that when we talk about the trials and tribulations we're facing today. Failure to defend the rights of others may someday result in your rights not being defended. And I challenge all of us to make sure we get behind true leaders, patriots, moral, ethical people who can repair and replace the ilk and the dysfunction. All government is local, all politics is local, so let's work hard together at being good neighbors. I'm going back to my seat with a lot of gratitude.
You know, sometimes I lower my expectations so I'm not disappointed. I didn't have to do that for you.